Hey y'all, it's Justine, the Grocery Goddess, and today we are cooking jerk pasta with salmon. We are going to get a skillet preheated. Y'all gotta bear with me because I ain't never used one of these induction stove tops before till today. So I got about a tablespoon of unsalted butter in here, and it's already kind of melted, so we're just gonna kind of get it back hot and sizzling. In the meantime, I'm going to season my filet of salmon, however you want to pronounce it, your world. I'm gonna take some garlic powder and season it as much as you like, but don't over season it and then it's like super salty, and then you're gonna be mad at me because your food done came out salty. A little bit of pepper. And honestly, you can season this however you want, but I like to do a little bit of garlic powder, pepper, and I have some of this oxtail seasoning. You can find this oxtail seasoning at like, I don't know, down here in Miami, they be having all those little Caribbean stores. They be having everything, honey. Like, look in your international aisle, look somewhere. I'm gonna flip this over and do the same thing to this side. Ooh, child, this thing is heating up, honey. Hold on now. And this ain't a stove at my house, child. Wait a minute. We're gonna have a little brown butter. Let me hurry up and season this little filet right quick. This shit ain't playing with me, honey. So you want your pan hot, but god damn, I don't know if I want to just... Hold on, we're gonna let this cool for a sec. Hold on, y'all. Because I only got one piece of salmon. Okay. Yeah, I told you, I gotta bear with me, child. So you're gonna put your filet in, face down. So we just wanna get a good sear. This thing is hot. You wanna cook it on each side for like 2 to 3 minutes. Set it to the side because you don't wanna overcook your salmon, and it is popping, honey. You don't really want your pan to be smoking like this, but I got it under control. So now that we got a good sear, we're gonna flip this over. Ooh, child, your pan is hot, be careful now. Just a little nice little base. Keep the salmon nice and moist. Like I said, we're not cooking this all the way through because we're gonna finish it in the pasta. In the meantime, we're gonna cut up some peppers. I had these small little sweet peppers in the fridge. I like to use what I have on hand because it saves me time and it saves me money, honey, okay? So we're gonna cut a few of these up. You could use a green or a red bell pepper. One of those will be good. I probably cut up like 4 of these little small sweet peppers and they work just as fine. Chad, I should have sharpened my knife because this is embarrassing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my little stovey back on. Now that I kind of know how to work this, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of butter in there. I'm gonna chop up some garlic and just kind of smash it. People always ask, like, how do you cut up garlic? First of all, I cheat and I buy the garlic that's already peeled. Sue me. I do not feel like peeling garlic. That is time consuming and it's annoying. Some people always ask too, like, to use like the minced garlic in the jar. You could use that if you want to. I'm not a fan. I love fresh ingredients, but it's your preference if you want to use that or not. Honey, I ain't the most fanciest childware. I'm just trying to get the job done. And we need some green onion that I went on ahead and chopped. So I'm gonna just pour that right there. Now that our butter is melted, we're gonna add our little sweet chopped peppers. Get that stirring up in there for a little while. Cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes until they softened up a bit. And I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to bring out some of that moisture and flavor. I don't really like cooking too much with salt, so you won't see me use salt too much. So, you know, get this party started, okay? So now that our pepper's been cooking for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and throw in our green onions and I don't know why I'm making this difficult. We're just gonna slide this right on in. So throw in your green onion, your scallion, whatever you wanna call it. Let that cook for a little while. Garlic cooks pretty quick, so when you start smelling it, that's how you know, like, all right, girl, go ahead and pour in your veggie stock so it will not burn. So we're just gonna let that do its thing for a little while. So now I'm gonna pour in about, I would say like a cup of veggie stock. As y'all know, I don't use measurements, but if you go to thegrocerygoddess.com, I will have all the ingredients and measurements up here for y'all. So you wanna just stir that, get it even, turn the heat up a bit. Ooh, child, I don't wanna burn this now. And we're gonna let this reduce. I know y'all probably done heard me say reduce a million times before. The best way I can describe reducing is pretty much letting it come up to a slight simmer or a light boil and letting moisture evaporate. It'll disappear. It won't be as much in the pan. That's the best way I could break it down to you. So we're gonna let this reduce. Now that we let our veggie stock reduce, as you can see, it's barely any liquid in here. That is reducing. And it also enhances the flavor profile of everything. So now we're gonna add in some coconut milk. We're gonna add like a half a cup of coconut milk. Or yeah, I'll say like a half a cup. About that much. I hate measuring and stuff like that. I like to just, when my spirits tell me to stop, that's when I stop. I'll say about a half a cup. We got that in there. And now we're gonna add in brown sugar and jerk paste. I'm gonna add in maybe like a tablespoon. You can add as much sugar as you want. For y'all that don't know, jerk is pretty spicy. So I like to add brown sugar to balance that spice out. So we got our brown sugar in there, and now we're gonna add some jerk paste. It's about a tablespoon or two. I like my food kind of spicy. And I like to use Walker Woods jerk paste. It's amazing. I use the mild, because I know a lot of y'all ask me, what is jerk paste, where you get it. You can go to their website, the international aisle in your grocery store or market, wherever y'all sell that kind of stuff, and I can't tell you where to get it from. We got our coconut milk in here, our brown sugar, and our jerk paste, and we're gonna bring that up to a simmer. We're gonna let that reduce as well. Our coconut milk has been reducing. As you can see, it is nice and thick and bubbly. So now we're gonna add in our heavy cream. Add in about a cup. I'm gonna add a little bit more in here, just a smidget more. Okay, let this reduce, all right? It's a lot of reducing in this recipe, but it's worth it. But in the meantime, between time, I'm gonna taste this. Okay, that shocked me, like, it's a little spicy, so where my brown sugar at? I'm gonna add a little bit more brown sugar in here. Honey, that heat came through, woo child. I'm gonna add a little bit to cut that heat just a bit. Just gonna mix that. Ooh, child, that jerk about took me out, honey. And we're gonna let this reduce for another 3 to 5 minutes. So while our heavy cream is reducing, we're gonna take some parsley. Mine is looking real sad, but I had literally just bought this the other day, but it done wilted up in the fridge, so don't let your parsley look as sad as mine. But we're gonna make it do what it do, honey. It's still good. It's not bad. It just needs a little love. So we're gonna break a few pieces off, because we're gonna use this parsley to add into the pasta and to garnish, because you know we gotta make this look beautiful, okay? You don't want big old pieces of parsley, so that's pretty good. Just one more little run through. All right, and we're gonna use that in a few. We're gonna let this finish reducing. She is looking thick and good, honey. And then we're gonna toss in the rest of our ingredients, and we about done, honey. All right, so our heavy cream, coconut milk, and our veggie stock has all reduced. They They've all come together with the peppers, the spring onions, the garlic, the jerk paste, everything that we done thrown in here, it all came together. So now we're going to add in some cheese. Everybody loves cheese. So about a cup or so, or however cheesy you want it. I have all the ingredients listed as well as measurements at thegrocerygoddess.com, okay? So I'm gonna add that in there. You wanna turn your heat low too, because you don't wanna add cheese to like scorching hot, because all you gotta do is you're just gonna ruin it. So we don't wanna do that. This is looking so good, y'all. It is nice and thick and creamy. You got a little string pull, look at that! Ow! Okay, I'm excited now, y'all. I can't wait to eat this. So you got a little string pull. You can add more cheese. If you want it cheesier, then add more cheese, okay? That's up to you. Now I'm gonna add in some cooked pasta. I went on ahead and, ooh, child, cook that. Ooh, all right. And when you're adding pasta to your sauce, you don't wanna just go ahead and just dump all your pasta in, because the pasta will soak all of it up, and then you're like, well, what happened to my sauce? That's because you just got too happy and threw all that pasta in there, and that pasta soaked all that sauce up. So put in your pasta a little bit at a time. Child, look at this. Ooh, child. This looks so good. I'm gonna add just a little bit more pasta. Just a little bit. Probably that much. I like my pasta to be cheesy and creamy. Now we're gonna toss in some of that parsley. Uh-oh, I forgot to leave some for the garnish. Hold on, I got a little parsley happy. Look at this, y'all. This shit looks so good. As long as I've been cooking and doing these recipes, I always get excited. Did I drop some on the side? Oh, no, I didn't. Look at that, y'all. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Child, we don't even have to add the salmon back in. I forgot all about the salmon. So now that our pasta is done, uh-oh, our salmon's trying to break off. We're gonna slide her back in. Now I'm just making this for myself, so I got one little filet. We got little juices in there, just slide that in. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna top this off with a little bit of parsley. This was a quick, easy meal, and it's delicious. You can impress anybody, your grandma and them, anybody with this meal, because this shit is just that good, okay? Look at that. Let me add a little parsley to the side so y'all can see that. Look at this. Look at that. So that was jerk pasta with salmon. You could do this with chicken. You could do this with shrimp. You could do this with lobster. You could do this even with, what's that stuff called? Tofu, okay? You could do this with every type of meat, non-meat that you want. Just know that it might alter the taste a bit, but other than that, if you do this jerk pasta, you good to go. Thanks for watching, y'all. Y'all can find this recipe at thegrocerygoddess.com along with all of my social media. Also, you can find my cookbook on there, so make sure you click the link to buy, subscribe, share, and all that good shit. See y'all.